Breaking news, Columbia Green Federal Credit Union just saved our member $105 a month on their car payment.
That's no surprise. CGFCU helps our members save thousands.
Wait, thousands?
Yep, we have fantastic rates and flexible terms.
We save our members by refinancing autos, boats, campers, and even credit cards.
Apply today, see how much you can save.
All right, welcome back to the Press Box, presented by Columbia Green Federal Credit Union. This week we have Columbia Green women's softball coach Pete Diedrich with us. Thanks for coming back, Pete.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you.
But before we get to you, we want to talk a little bit about the Columbia Green women's basketball team.
Absolutely.
Big game the other night against Jefferson. Big home playoff game, winning the Region 3 opener, beating Jefferson, going on to the semifinals this weekend.
And can you believe that this is a second-year program, and not only have they won 23 games and lost only 3 this year, but they hosted the first ever home playoff game. That's just an amazing feather in the cap of the program and the school in general. Coach Jamie Bates, his assistants, have done a tremendous job there. I think Coach Bates would tell you himself it wasn't their greatest performance, yet they still won by 14, 16 actually, 70-54, which puts them now in the regional semifinals, Region 3 semifinals, where they'll play North Country Community College, and Finger Lakes plays Onondaga in the other semifinal, and all that's happening out at Finger Lakes Community College. But that should be just a great semifinal round. All 4 of those teams are worthy of being there, and Columbia Green, the team they play, North Country, they split the season series with them, so that's definitely. Coach Bates told me after the game they'll have to play better than they did against Jefferson to win that game, but I got a feeling they're going to play better than they did against Jefferson, and they're going to be right there. So very, very exciting times for Columbia Green.
Yeah, and women's sports in general with the softball team. You've had really successful years. Last few years you went to the regionals and fared pretty well, just your seasons overall.
Yeah, and we've pulled it off. We've played pretty well. Our region is extremely tough. We're 20 deep. 2 teams from our region go to the College World Series every year, so that says a little bit how deep it is. I mean, we usually have 3 or 4 or 5 teams even ranked in the top 10, so it's definitely a good, a great feat for us, to make that regional tournament.
I want to touch a little bit on you, Pete. You took over the program in 2009.
Yes.
The year before they won 1 game. Since then, you've been a consistent winner. How are you able to turn it around so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I think it's just, it's not one thing.
Right.
It's, obviously the easy answer is hard work and just getting out and recruiting and, letting the local, the schools and, the local counties know that, we had a softball team. I remember my first 1 or 2 years, Hudson, the Ichabods, they were like, people there didn't even know we had a softball team.
Right.
So, just getting out there and being consistent and, showing that, we can win, we can play a competitive level of softball. Getting the local players to stay home has been huge for us. But yeah, it was definitely tough turning around. But it's all been worth it.
You had 22 wins. I think it was a school record in 2012. You have a .650 winning percentage, and you've been to a couple of regional finals, as we mentioned. That is an amazing feat to turn around a program like that, especially, like I say, after you had inherited a team that had won just 1 game the year before. And it's been smooth sailing so far.
Yeah, knock on wood.
There you go. But I know you're excited about this upcoming season. You got a lot of local kids on the team. Why don't you tell us about it? Fill us in on some of the kids that you have coming back, some of the newcomers that you're excited about.
Yeah, absolutely. This freshman class was, probably one of our most talented classes from top to bottom. We've had other classes that have some obviously talented players, but the depth of this class is what really kind of pushed us forward with that. The returners that we have, I believe, 4 returners, and they were all key parts of our team last year. So returning, our catcher, who caught literally every single game for us last year, Tori Pop. She's got some relief, in a freshman catcher, Justine Albin. So it obviously, Greenville. It makes it easier on Tori, obviously, to split games up, play other positions, keep her legs fresh. Lauren Bowe is a middle infielder. A huge part of our team last year and this year. She's made the transition over from shortstop to second base, which gives us, obviously with Bailey Cox up the middle from Chatham, a tremendous middle infield. You have Anna Davies, outfielder, one of our best defensive outfielders, and Katie Gom from Pine Plains over our first base.
Great program down at Pine Plains.
Yeah, absolutely. They go to states every year. So we're the returners in our incoming class. We are very, very excited about it. So we're looking. The season starts in pretty much a week from now. So down south. So we're excited to get that going.
No question about it. Now, tell me about some of the strengths you feel from what you've seen so far. I know you can't get out there on the field and mix it up yet, but what you feel in your mind, will be some of the strengths of this year's team?
Yeah,
I know you lost your pitcher from last year, right? She graduated.
Yeah, we lost Darcy Bittner. She graduated from Saugerties. We had Rachel Nielsen from Taconic Hills come in. So, I mean, she's got a wealth of experience through obviously high school, but more importantly, even travel ball. She played for a very good travel ball team, traveling all over the country playing there. So she has experience of pitching at a high level. And then just getting outside, we had a good fall ball, playing against Division I's, Division II's, and 4-year schools. Kind of wanted to put them to the test, even try to humble them a little bit. But they went out and won games, so I mean, it was a good problem. It was a good problem to have. But I think one of our strengths is just because it's not affected by anything else is our defense. We literally control that. Obviously, our overall we have a very good outfield, very good infield. So I think that'll be one of our strengths, and obviously with Rachel on the mound, it'll allow us to hopefully, keep low-scoring games. So definitely our defense, I think, I wouldn't want to call it a surprise, but what I'm most excited to see is our offense. Because I think with the talent we have in there, we can, hopefully do a lot of damage with that. And, with our defense, we won't have to hopefully put up, 15, 16 runs a game, but, we should be able to do well.
Now, you open up, you mentioned down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You've got about a week to go down there, and I know it's not just a fun and sun trip. You're going down there, it's all business. Why don't you tell us about the trip and what it entails and who you'll be playing down there?
Yeah, the trip is great for us to get outside before we hit, our regional games, which obviously directly goes towards playoffs. But as you said, it's not just fun and sun. I mean, we go down there, and especially this year's schedule, it's we don't get to necessarily make our schedule. We kind of have to see what other teams go down there as well. But we play 8 games. 6 of them are against Division II teams. And then the other 2 are against 4-year schools. So, I mean, it's definitely going to put us to a test, but it's a test that not only do I want and the coaching staff wants, but our team's looking forward to it. To obviously go up against, the other, the best schools in the country. Some of these Division II teams are highly ranked at the Division II level. So, but, we go down, we play, Monday through Thursday, all doubleheaders, 8 games. They get to obviously enjoy it a little bit. I mean, it's not, we like to have some fun down there as well.
Yeah, could be a worse place to be than Myrtle Beach in March.
Hoping for some good weather. Obviously, the reason we go down there, we don't want to bring the Northeast with us. So, but other than that, I mean, it's a great time to get us out. And then we come back, we have about a week off, and then we kind of there's some non-conference games against other local community colleges. But other than that, it's pretty much diving right into the region. So,
no doubt.
Now, the last 2 years, you guys have lost to Herkimer in the Region 3 semifinals. You think these tournaments also help you kind of see that better competition that you're going to face at the end of the season when you get to that level? Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, when I first started, I didn't really have much control over the scheduling. It was kind of what was there. We were playing, I'm not afraid to say it, we were playing a little bit of an easier schedule. It might have inflated the record a little bit. But we were trying to turn the program around. And, when we got to those regionals and whatnot, it was kind of eye-opening, like, these are the top of the region teams. For the last, I would say, at least 5 years, we've played probably one of the top schedules in the region. I know this year we have 13 regional games. Everything's a doubleheader, so it turns out to be 26. But out of those 13 teams, I believe 11 of them were the top 11 teams in the region from last year. We're going out as far as Buffalo to play the top teams out there. We go out as far as Rochester again to play the top teams out there. So, I mean, we're trying to play all the top teams in the region. So when we get to that regional, playoff, hopefully, it's nothing that's eye-opening or we haven't seen before. And, going down south playing the Division II teams and all that stuff. So we should be prepared for it. I mean, at the end of the season, we're either going to be in or out. It's kind of a committee aspect of it, kind of like the NCAA basketball, where they get to choose if you're over 500. So technically, even if we're over 500, we might not make it. But with that, with our strength of schedule, hopefully, we'll leave everything on the table and hold our heads high. So
now you talk about Herkimer; they're the perennial favorite. It seems to Region 3 every single year. Who are some other teams to look out for in Region 3 aside from the Twins, of course? But some teams that usually are right up there.
I mean, in our region every year, I mean, obviously Herkimer's been the 1 seed in regionals and have done a great job. Coach Inadio out there does a great job with his players.
Absolutely.
But you have the likes of Corning Community College, Monroe Community College. Onondaga, which is the heart of Syracuse, they've been, I believe, in the World Series the last 2 years along with Herkimer. So those are 4 teams right there. Then you have the Genesees, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some. Every team in our region.
There's no gimmies.
I like to joke around with our coaching staff for kind of the SEC of Region 3 softball, where there's no days off, and I legitimately mean that, where you can't just kind of, you don't ever want to tell your team, like, let's go out there and do whatever, but I mean, last year we lost a team to a team that was at the bottom of the region. We lost the game to them, just because for whatever reason. But anyone can beat anybody. It is top flight competition. We do have a lot of athletes come out of our region that go Division I schools and Division II schools and whatnot. So there's no days off for sure.
Now, I know you've done a tremendous job. You've turned the program around since you've been there, but every good coach will let you know that they can't do it alone. Talk to us about your assistant coaches, who you have with you, and what they bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, in the early years, we had Coach Caldwell, Jennifer Caldwell. She works at the Bursar's office at the college.
Sure.
She carried over from the previous coaching staff, so she was a huge help. She is a local person who knows the area. And then even the coaches that I've had in the past, Kelly Briscoe, who played at Brockport, who was a local star here.
Sure. Yeah.
Throughout that, and then even this coaching staff with Cody Brost, a Germantown native.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Carly Moore, who's Ichabod native. So they've helped out immensely just from different parts of the county. They know all the travel ball coaches and they know the game themselves. Carly's gone on and played 2 years for me and then 2 years at St. Joseph's College where her team went to the World Series there. So it's just an immense, they help out a ton just in terms of general knowledge, practices, and then obviously the recruitment stage as well. So
speaking of recruiting, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just want to ask you, what is your pitch to some of these kids? There's so much talent around here, and you've done a great job in mining that talent and getting it to come to Columbia Green. But do you have a specific pitch that you talk to these kids about, or I know you go to a lot of games and take in the games, but to get them interested at the very least, to come to Columbia Green? Is there anything you do in particular, you and the coaches, to get them interested in the Twins?
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to give up all my secrets.
No, of course not.
But no, it's one, just showing interest. Right. These young ladies are making a decision at the next level, whether it's for academics or athletically. It's a huge decision for them. So you want to have their family and them on the same page as you. For me, it's just honesty. What we offer. Obviously, academically, we offer great programs at the school, and then financially, it can save people.
Sure.
Tuition these days is insane, if you want to call it what it is. So instead of coming out of college $100,000 in debt, you do 2 years us and then 2 years at a forest school. That cuts it right in half, near $50,000. So financial aspects do a lot of it, but the athletically side of it, some players aren't maybe not happy with the recruitment out of high school. They want to kind of open the recruitment again. So 2 years under us can maybe get them to the next level. We've had a lot of that. We've had players come to us with no one recruiting them. They've gone Division I. We've had, our assistant coach Carly came to us out of Ichabod with limited recruitment. Then she wound up getting a scholarship to Division II level. Team that went to the World Series. So we have a lot of that where it just can open up the recruitment. So there's a lot of different avenues, but it's just open honesty and kind of what we have to offer. We're not selling lies or pipe dreams to anybody. It's hard work to do what you have to do and play a collegiate sport, but we care about we don't have a roster of 30 people, so everyone on our team's taken care of in terms of athletically and academically. We want to make sure they're ready to go to the next level. So it's all of that all combined. So
you're certainly making all the right moves because you get a lot of great local talent and you're winning and playing some great competition. So things are looking good at Columbia Green for sure, and you're a big part of that.
I appreciate it, and hopefully we can carry it on. So
absolutely.
Now, sticking with Columbia Green, there was a former Columbia Green guy, Jordan Hoos, who's going to be coming back this weekend. Actually, Friday, he'll be at the County Kills playing with the Harlem Wizards, and he'll also be at Greenville on Thursday. So that's definitely a good show to check out.
Always a great show for the kids and everybody to come out and see.
Yeah, and coming up after that, we have Rashad Barksdale.
That's right. That's March 16th. That's March 16th, 8 p.m. at Hudson High School. You got some youth all-star games. You got the ladies playing, the Lady Hawks, and then, of course, the celebrity game, which usually tips off right about 8 o'clock with a lot of ex-NFL players in there, and Rashad, and just a lot of great local guys taking part. So that's always a good time. It's March 16th at Hudson High School. And again, I believe it starts 4:30 with the youth all-star games, and then that's followed by the young ladies all-star game, and then the celebrity game, a slam dunk contest, a live DJ. Just a great time. March 16th, 8 p.m. is the tip-off for the celebrity game, but the festivities start right about 4:30.
Perfect.
Hudson High.
Coach, I appreciate you coming by, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, and we'll see you next week on the Press Box, presented by Columbia Green Federal Credit Union.